Beam, beam. I feel older. Go Heat is right. Turn around. Let me see that back. I think I saw a pretty badass little personalized situation, but yeah, that's what I thought, dude. That's pretty rad.
Yeah, you know, they do that. And number 13.
Pretty rad.
Where's my
do you have anybody? Is anybody peeking? Anybody peeking in at our podcast right now?
Oh,
I don't know.
Peeking like that. Peeking.
Yeah, peeking in, not peeking out.
I don't know where the show to do that with, but we could do that little.
Listen, we always have something that can be attached to it, I believe. I think somewhere subconsciously we all kind of have that attachment, including this background I've got going right now, which had nothing to do with what we were currently talking about, just happened to be there, which is just the way that we do things. Boo. Boo. I'm glad you didn't put any more than 2 O's in this, because you know that any more than 2 O's constitutes as a boo, which is funny because my wife and I saw a boo sign early enough, believe it or not, out here in Marshall's, and I actually went boo, and she's like, I don't think that's what that is. I'm gonna tell you.
Yeah, you gotta be careful with the booze.
Victor Jocelyn Martinez, is right. How's it going? Thanks for coming and hanging out. We got a few people chilling out. So what's going on, KenMan? How you doing, man? I think we got a show to do. We finally decided to.
Right. We missed the show last week, right? There was a reason we missed the show last week, but we definitely wanted to make sure we were here this Tuesday to talk again about many things. I mean, there's just so much to talk about. There really is.
Too much really, if you think about it. Let's start with this.
God, it scares me every time he pops in there. That hash brown.
This guy, that hash brown.
Jazz hands, baby, jazz hands.
I don't.
What's going on, everybody?
What is going on is right, man. How you doing? How's everybody doing?
Doing better now listening to you guys.
Very nice.
Sweet. That's sweet. You're always so kind.
This guy right here. So
where are you? You're checking in from somewhere else today? Are you in some kind of hidden place? You're like on the cell phone here. We normally have you like in studios. So what's going on with this?
Yeah. I'm here in Canada now. I'm in Canada. Doing things, trading some maple syrup and doing things that the Canadians do.
Are you transporting maple syrup illegally across the border? Is that what you're doing?
That is what I'm doing. What I do, if you wear a maple leaf in your left pocket, they consider you Canadian. You're good. They're like, oh, you're one of them. And you say,
I've heard that. Yeah, I've heard that. That's insane.
And you're just back and forth across the border, and you're selling
nonchalantly. It's like the Underground Railroad, but with maple syrup. It's like a river of maple syrup.
That's interesting. I mean, it's just like syrup in general. It's just. It's such a great commodity, and to be able to just do what you're doing is wonderful. And I'm glad that you're supporting our show by letting us know how you're bringing maple syrup across the border. It's really exciting. It's really exciting.
Hey, Brandy, but we don't got to talk about it anymore. It's a sticky situation.
I know. Hey, whatever. I know that was terrible. But yeah.
So listen, if we're gonna go ahead and blame anybody. By the way, I don't know, Hash Brown. If you want to just take your elbows off the table, it won't shake. There we go. You ever get that feeling like you have hair in your ears? It was doing that. And I'm not being a dick. I was just saying, like, it felt like something was rumbling, and then I realized what had been happening.
I'm really glad you mentioned it, because I don't want everybody else to experience that anymore. So there you go.
Yeah, so unfortunately, Hash Brown ran into some bad luck, so he's running a little bit of lo-fi right now, but that's okay, man. We've all had to deal with things like that. We don't have to go into details about any of that, by the way. But you ran into a little streak of bad luck, so you're out here. You're running off of your phone, and that's cool. We appreciate your moxie.
I got it. I want to be here. I love being here. You guys are amazing, and I want to contribute. And I didn't want to be left out due to my circumstances. I still wanted to put in my 2 cents, even though nobody wants to hear it. I'm still here to fucking give it out.
We may be like aiding and abetting a criminal here by having him on the show while he is currently on the other side of the border. But it's kind of exciting.
Listen, just because I don't have a passport and am not in the country and selling, products that are not, authentic to the United States in the United States soil does not constitute that anything should be of anyone's concern.
I just feel like you're admitting stuff right now. You probably shouldn't be saying any of that stuff, but whatever, man. That's all good. It's all good. You're named after a breakfast cereal. What do you expect?
Hey, what do you want? Breakfast cereal?
Sorry, breakfast food.
Little side item, little side dish, sir. Little side dish.
I guess it could be. You're a side dish.
Hey, man. Sometimes it's good to be. It's more of a compliment to be a great side dish than have to have that pressure of being the main dish.
Well, we always ask you guys from time to time to be a part of our show. Let us know what you're hearing and seeing out there with what we're doing, and the burner line is a great way to do that. We had a number of people actually sending us some really, really weird texts and voicemails. We don't feel like it's appropriate to play these things, so we're not going to play them for you guys. But some of the stuff, though, is really hilarious, and I don't know really what a lot of it means. I'm not sure if really any of it actually was even meant for us.
Do you even feel that it was even like? Do you think that maybe what was it? Who owned this line before? Is it maybe like some kind of like gigolo or something? Or is that what you're getting, Ken? What KenMan? What's going on?
I mean, I'm not too sure because, we did just get the line not that long ago, so it's certainly very possible that this phone number was somebody else's. Because I don't know. I mean, we do tell people to just kind of say whatever. We're happy to listen to whatever. So, I mean, if we're going to invite that kind of stuff, then
I guess we're going to hear that.
That's the stuff we're going to have. So this last text read, and I'm sorry because the texting is so odd with the letters, but it says Mr. Doodle. It's addressed to Mr. Doodle, and I'm not sure who they meant. I would like to ask you to please stop your dog from coming to my yard and rubbing his ass on my petunias. I mean, petunias are flowers. You got a dog that's coming across the yard to rub his ass on some flowers. So that can't be necessarily for anybody here. None of us even sound like a Mr. Doodle, but
dude,
it could be an attempt.
Like that's code, man. That's probably like when the Indians did like the Navajo Indians used that the wind talkers. That's got to probably be some type of reconnaissance, man, that we just picked up. That's got to mean something, dude. That's probably
maybe they meant to leave it here so that it could be told on the show, and somebody's watching the show now and is decoding that right now. And I just gave that message to somebody. But that's what this.
Burner phone line, ladies and gentlemen, 786-566-1736. That's 786-566-1736. Call the Casually Serious Podcast Burner phone line. Tell us whatever you want.
And even if it is about Mr. Doodle, I think Mr. Doodle is the dog.
That was a terrifying conversation and story to walk into. I apologize for the I'm having microphone and camera issues, actually microphone issues that are causing camera issues. So my apologies. My bad.
I think Mr. Noodle was Elmo's friend.
Oh. Yeah, that's
terrifying.
Or Dr.
Well, listen, if we have to get down to it, we might as well do it. I am the reason why we did not have a show last week, and I'll tell you why. I had planned something. We had spoken about it a few different times, but I had something I was attending on Tuesday, the 19th, Too Short E40 Cypress Hill Ice Cube at Red Rocks. It was one of the best shows I've ever been to. Now, we had Eric B. in from out of town, our brother that grew up with us in Miami, as well as my buddy BG, who I do square groupers with. He's the Cowboys Unifier. He's the first time I ever met him. I've known him since 2016. I never actually met him until last week. Cool dude. We had a great time, man. He got to hang out. It was wonderful. We all chilled out at the house. At any rate, the main focus on that week was actually us going to that show, and then the next day going to my brother's dispensary, Frost Exotic Cannabis, on Federal and Alameda in Denver, Colorado, and go out there and hang out and kind of interview people and things like that. So I got some pictures real quick I wanted to throw at you. if you can indulge me here. So obviously that's me in the middle there. We got Eric B over there sporting the Celtics, BG over there on the left. It was a great day. I was wearing my Cannabis Cowboy brand because that is just something I had to do. But we had the old school Too Short opening up the show, saying just beautiful things to the ladies. I'm not sure if you remember any of his classic lines, but I'm not going to repeat them right now. That's just not the way we do things. But
that's too bad. You should.
We got Too Short performing from out of the top of my head in this picture, which was pretty amazing. We shrunk him down like Inner Self or Inner Me or whatever the hell that movie was. Anyway, I was there most definitely to see Cypress Hill, man. And I was lucky enough to get second row center seats for this show. I was pretty much about we were all about 6 feet away from the act, so I was pretty much right there in front of Be Real the whole time, which pretty much moved around the stage, and Send Dog stayed over there to the right.
Sounds like you threw your bra at him or something.
Yeah, my man's ear hit him. He's cool though. He's cool. He put a doobie right back in there and flapped it right in the little pocket that I made in there for him, and then flung it right back at me. As you know, I'm right there in the center stage. We'll get to that in a minute, but yeah, it was pretty cool. It was really awesome. At one point, Be Real was down there with Eric Bobo, the son of legendary percussionist Willie Bobo, and he was there doing some crazy shit in between. About 16 songs, I think, was the set list for this show. It was pretty insane. Yeah, it was pretty sick. And like I said, I got some really good shots from this one because, hey, there's Cube. He popped in there. He wasn't supposed to do that yet. But anyway, that's Be Real Bobo, and that's me. In case you think I'm lying about being there, I don't know what.
Yeah, you're superimposed, bro. What are you talking about? You weren't
yeah, exactly. But I like that shot right there. That's pretty cool, man. Even though Be Real's not really a percussionist, but as you can see, man, like I said, they ripped through
16 songs is a lot.
Yeah, and considering they were number 2, I believe they were more than anything. They were probably, I would say, they were co-headlining this show, more so than opening up for Ice Cube. But I'm gonna get the So here we go. I got the set list for you. When the Shit Goes Down, Hand on the Pump, Pigs. Yeah. Latin Lingo, Tequila Sunrise, Roll It Up, Light It Up, I Want to Get High, Dr. Green Thumb, Hits from the Bong, Throw Your Set in the Air, Illusions, We Ain't Going Out Like That, How I Could Just Kill a Man, Rock Superstar, Insane in the Brain, and then Jump Around from House of Pain.
Ooh.
Jump around. Really.
Yeah, well, Muggs was actually the guy who created that beat and shopped it around to Ice Cube and Cypress Hill himself, and nobody wanted it, dude. And then they shopped House of Pain actually wrote a song to it and tried to shop that to a label. That label actually stole a piece of that and gave it to these little kids called Crisscross and let them jump and sort of stole that hook, which is why you'll hear Everlast on House of Pain albums say a lot of shit about Joe the Biter and Joe the Butcher, which was the guy who ran, I believe, Tommy Boy at the time, or no, Rough House. So there's a crazy story to all that, but anyway, after Cypress Hill came Ice Cube, man, the godfather of gangster rap, man, and he played a lot of the newer stuff, not a lot of the first 4 albums, which is I'm considering some of the greatest in his in catalog were definitely Predator and Death Certificate, America's Most Wanted, even Kill It Will, the EP that first came out. He did some great shit back then, but it was definitely a cool ass show, man, for sure. But I was there definitely to see Cypress Hill. Cypress Hill is, which is this picture right here is really cool. You can go actually look at it on Facebook on Cypress Hill's page. But if you look directly above Eric Bobo's head, you will see me with my hands in the air. And as I said earlier, that drumstick he's got in his right hand eventually landed at Eric's foot after me yelling, "Bobo, throw me the sticks," for like 30 straight seconds. He actually threw it, and I looked up to catch it like in this rock and roll moment, and then I just caught the white spotlight of Red Rocks, and I lost it completely. And it hit Eric. Eric happened to be behind me, and he kicked it to me like hacky sack. And I was like,
hit you in the eye. That would have gotten it in the eye.
Your eye out.
We got
that's the gigantic doob that was rolled for Be Real. Again, there's another shot.
Did somebody smoke that?
He
Yeah,
smoked
Be
it.
Real. Be
was
Real
smoking
smoked that
in those
for.
pictures.
I think that
Yeah,
lasted
got
about
off.
5 songs. If you see that guy to that yellow security guard all the way to the left, I'm actually in front of that person, probably just saying stupid shit. But
Oh, how
that's the guy who
convenient.
rolled it.
Nice.
That's his job.
And here's Cypress Hill in the green room at Red Rocks, just doing what they do, man. So that was actually pretty rad. And on top of that, we were able to go to my brother's dispensary and hang out with a bunch of different people there. Shout out to my brother Bill at Frost Exotic Cannabis. And this particular video I shot, it was actually we had a guest that is there almost all the time. You probably don't recognize him because he was very young, but this is actually the kid who played the young Kid Henry from Goodfellas. So the young kid who his mom tells him, "You look like a gangster." That's him all grown up. And he
Stay
actually,
away from there, Henry. Come home from school.
You can see my brother there in the background, just over his left shoulder. But yeah, we're over there hanging out, and we were able to talk to a couple different vendors and stuff like that, and it was actually pretty good, man. But, my brother gave us kind of the rolled out the red carpet for us, which was pretty rad. We talked to a vendor from Wild Gummies and a couple of other people, man. It was just good to kind of hang out and chill at a dispensary on actual 420. So that's the main reason why we didn't do a show. We just didn't have a hell of a lot of time to do any of that, which was still pretty cool for us.
Sometimes it's nice to have a healthy distraction.
Exactly, and that was Joe Garcia. What's up, man? BG, yeah, y'all know BG for sure, awesome. Man. We're all.
I agree. BG is all.
Yeah, man, it was really cool. Like I said, it was cool to hang out with them. I've got a lot of gamer friends that I've known for decades, 20 years plus, that I've never shaken hands with, and I got to see BG, man. He actually was the second guest ever to come and see my house, man. So Eric was the first, and we hung out for about a day, and then we met, and then BG came through the next day, and we all went to the show, and then BG took off, I think, the day after 420, so I guess that's carry the 421, and he left that day, and then Eric just hung out till like Saturday, man. It was cool. We just relaxed, man, but it was really awesome, and it was good to hang out with some friends, especially at a show that Eric and I have seen Ice Cube and Cypress Hill together probably 3 times. I know you've been to the Cypress Hill shows, probably, Ken, right? Yep. You've been at least to the Rollins Band, Beastie Boys one, I think, right? And anyone at Bayfront, you went to all of them. So right. We were all there. They're kind of like they have like a Miami connection too, because he's Cuban and his mom fled, and it's all really, really cool. The fact that it was at Red Rocks, and they hold that to such high authority, Red Rocks itself too, which is pretty badass. So yeah, man, that was just a great time, and I get to see them again here in June when they open up for Slipknot. So that's gonna be pretty badass, man.
That's awesome, man. That's so good to be able to see music again and everyone being out there again doing this stuff. It was
everybody being out.
KenMan's gonna be out here in September. The weekend with the 19th or the 18th.
Maiden's the 17th in Denver. Anyone who wants to go out, we'll all be there. Party, Maiden. It'll be good times. We've been, I don't have like a whole presentation, but last week also for the other reason, I was at the Heat game. So hey, game 1, Miami Heat against the Hawks. It was.
You can look at that footage anywhere, and so he does have footage.
I'm not going to bring it up. I don't have any pictures of us at the game, but we were there, and it was fantastic. Go Heat! I have no idea what they're doing right now. Any of you out there know? Don't tell me, please, because I'm recording them. Recording. Can you say recording anymore when it's digital? I mean,
listen, I was at Red Rocks and I said something on a live broadcast. I said, "Give me a second, guys. I'll be back later. I'm gonna videotape the rest of this." And I went off. And someone like a minute later was like,
"What's a videotape?"
And I was like, "Fuck you, and fuck you." Because
no, you can say record, or you don't say digitize it. I'm gonna go digitize it.
Listen, dude, you're gonna try and get.
He's trying to say for.
The first time that phrase was ever in bed in any of our, at least Ken and ours, is when like 82, when they were first introduced to the world, so recording VHS and recording and cassette and taping and shit like that, that's burnt in our head, man. It's too hard for me to get
I
rid of,
always
man.
say
Every
I'm
once in
gonna
a
go
while,
record that. I'm gonna go tape it. Go back to the tape. I've said that before. You know.
It still is. There's no tape anymore. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's,
there's
it's,
no
Go back to the tape.
But there is none. At least no one's gonna know what that means anymore. It's like
Rewind is. You still say rewind though, right? You say that, right?
when you actually do rewind.
I think the
like
action.
on a
Yeah.
DVR.
The
That's
action
still a word. Is that relevant?
Is
Is that
still
relevant?
makes sense. That
Yeah,
plays.
I guess it does, and I guess
Dude,
recording
we
is still
should probably
fun
make
too.
a show about what's relevant words
It's just-
nowadays.
Yeah, well, okay. Yeah, relevancy versus irrelevancy. That sounds good and exciting. No.
That sounds great.
It's called canceled and not canceled. That's what we do. We cancel things nowadays. So it's not
Cancel
about
culture,
relevancy.
baby. Cancel culture.
Like, are you being canceled or are you not being canceled? That's why, that's a good thing you were mentioning before the show. Bob was mentioning that Ice Cube he edited some of his songs where he wasn't talking about stuff that, he had said. I don't know, when you didn't necessarily go into all those lyrics, you guys all know what it is. He talks about Jews and he talks about certain people and certain.
During No Vaseline.
And yeah, okay.
Yeah.
And he didn't do that. So he did change the words there. And I feel like that's a part of what, this culture has brought out a lot, not necessarily that an artist is going to say, hey, I feel bad about writing that, because that's really what it would take, I would think, for an artist to say, I'm going to pull that from my song, I'm going to change the lyrics, is that they really just had a change of heart, feeling like, hey, when I was younger, I wrote that, I don't like that, I know that hurts people, or are they doing it because, nah, man, people don't like this anymore, and you can't say these things anymore, you're going to get canceled, It's interesting that they did it. It'd be interesting to know why he did it.
Well, let me interrupt real quick. I saw an interview.
I stopped, so you didn't interrupt, but go on.
Silence. So I was watching an interview of a female interviewer was going and interviewing Snoop Dogg, and she was asking, "Hey, do you feel bad about how you were speaking to women and how you were derogatory towards women?" He goes, "Nah, man, fuck them hoes." And he goes, and them hoes know about it too. I ain't worried about shit. I loved it because I don't think he really meant females in general. I think he was just talking about hoes in the industry.
Them hoes. You may be onto something. You may be onto something.
Look at that whore. So there's all kinds of hoes out there. And so that's what so I don't feel like he was really talking about women in general. So that was nice, in my opinion.
Just whores? Just a whore version of women?
The whores.
All right, man. I fucking get it, dude.
I love you, buddy.
This is why we want you to talk. This is why we want you to talk more.
I like
want
that.
shit like that to come out. And...
fucking onions on them. I like the onions on my hash brown.
I don't know. I was trying to push the whole, cancel thing, but that works too. That works too when you get a guy like that just, makes no apologies for stuff and can get away with a lot too.
Friends. You could go play cancel culture with that Boy George or something. That's culture club.
Culture club.
Oh yeah, my bad.
What?
Yeah.
Don't worry. Don't worry. I'm here playing with maple syrup. Chill.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's right. Because of the can. All right, we got that.
The Canadian broadband is really.
What the hell were you doing last weekend, man?
I told you it was a heat game.
He's at the heat game.
I told you.
Oh, that's it. But no, we're talking about only one day out that week, though. There had to be some. Did you go to a week-long game? Because that'd be rad.
Yes, dude. I spent the entire week at the arena and I slept.
This fucking guy, he looks like he's got money, man. He's not like a vagrant, but he won't leave the freaking room. Like, I don't know what to do with this guy.
I ate a lot of tacos and popcorn and just whatever else I could find. Nachos. It was
nacho cheese, man.
It was that'd be an interesting lifestyle, living in an arena. I would definitely be a little odd. No, nothing else exciting. I'm hoping soon for summer something great happens, something awesome, because right now it's just like work and stuff. Like sports have been awesome. The Heat, the Panthers kicking ass. We're getting into hockey playoffs pretty soon. This is good stuff, For someone who loves football so much, it's nice that at least my basketball and hockey teams are playing well. So that makes it exciting for me. But soon, summer.
People in Tampa are happy. Tampa people are happy.
Let me ask you this.
No offense to the people in Tampa, but fuck the people in Tampa, man.
Fuck the people in Tampa. I'm with you.
Okay.
They're happy. They're happy. I'm just acknowledging their happiness.
Well, they're happy. Why? Because they get another loner quarterback to give them another, bot championship. Awesome. That's great. They must feel like a bunch of Yankee fans over there.
Whoa. George Steinbrenner will be turning in his freaking grave if you heard him talking like that.
Oh, no. Did I say that?
That's tough, man. That's really tough, actually. It's killing me.
Yeah, sometimes people can buy a championship. What can I say? Hey, the Marlins did it in 97. Yeah, I got to say that, the 03 championship was real for the Marlins. But that 97,
Not 97.
I think about that shit. But it was still fun. I got to say, it's always fun to win a championship.
I'll pay for one. I want one. I want a Dolphins Super Bowl.
Yeah, but you don't want. Never mind.
I do want to see this. I want to make sure that everybody knows this. BG says that because I got the group of us, which was us three, at the Primo parking spot. We were there probably a little too early, but we got there. We were about the 20th people in line. Kind of got there and moved throughout the whole thing. I got us in and out really, really, really quickly. It was badass. Now, oh shit! I completely forgot my train of thought.
Are you giving us a parking conversation?
No. We did miss the last song of Ice Cube, which is another trick into the trade. 100%.
Don't tell everybody.
They'll all be leaving.
I swear to God, I had a something pertinent. I was ready to pop
something pertinent to interrupt to go back to your story from earlier, and you didn't even be able to
dropped it. The irony of this. This was the point. The point was, if people were asking me, dude, were you able to get any cannabis into Red Rocks?
What?
And I try not to be an asshole and laugh like literally out loud at them when they ask me this, because really it's a smart question. Because I have to say on record, first of all, it is illegal to consume cannabis outdoors anywhere other than your own home in Colorado, unless you at a place that has a license, which people can now apply for. However, myself and Eric B and BG brought roughly 180 joints into that place, and that was spread amongst three of us. So yeah, at least two, probably. Let's go 200. Let's go with 150.
Were they promoting Frost?
No, we were not. We were not had any.
I would have had that joint that had their name on it. That's what you should.
We were. I got my hands on a lot of different samples and sample packs and pre-rolls because it was just going to be easier for us. What I was thinking was I just didn't want to pass things around to anybody. So rather than do that, I just grabbed a handful of rolled joints and hand them to people. And during certain parts when people were showering Be Real with joints on stage, then I put mine away because I realized other people were getting joints that were getting thrown at them too, so I didn't have to share anymore. But yeah, we brought a lot in there. The security guard was roughly 6 feet away from me, and I was we were having a good time. We were smoking. It was great. No one gave a shit.
Did you pass it over to him?
I didn't pass anything to anyone. We all had fucking like 50 joints on us, bro. I just said that, and there really is no reason for us to pass it. I had all.
They're like
kinds
cigarettes now, man. You light up your own cigarette.
Oh no! You light up a fucking cigarette, and you were getting pushed to the.
No, not a real cigarette. I'm just saying, cigarettes. You don't pass around a cigarette. We got to the point where we don't pass joints anymore. You just smoke them. It's yours. Yeah. It's yours.
Here, take these. So there's as long as, and obviously this was a 420 Eve celebration, so that added a little bit more to the freedom of it. But even then, in Colorado, if you're just not like an over obvious asshole being a dick, you can get away with pretty much smoking anywhere at any concert venue, as long as you're not blowing it in a cop's face. Which
I couldn't smoke at Tool, man. Usually they're cool down here, but Tool was so big on not letting anyone record. The security was all over watching everybody.
Yeah.
So if you smoked, they weren't really intending for that, but since they were watching you anyway for any cameras popping up, they'd hit you with the light if you lit up too. And I was like, oh, that's garbage.
While I'm here, Toolhead, can I just bust you for your fucking reefer? Like, that's hard. That sucks, man.
Right. It's like, come on, man. I'm trying to enjoy the show. And that show, really, man, great show.
Jesus, dude.
That's one of the best shows I've seen. Great show. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Hash Brown.
I've been trying to get this out, man.
Yeah, do it.
When I'm out in public, I like to smoke. When I smoke joints out in public, I like to blow it into baby carriages.
Oh, that's exactly what needs to be done.
Guy.
Yeah, he needs the
What's
boo.
wrong with that?
That early boo, that's a boo for you. You get a boo.
Whatever, dude.
Boo.
KenMan, before
I
we
just
go,
want
since we won't have an episode until then, do you give a shit about what is happening this week in terms of the NFL draft?
Well, no. For being a Dolphin fan, we don't pick till the third round. I really don't give a goddamn. But I do, and I don't really have any prominent Hurricanes coming out. I'm always worried, like to see where my Canes are going to go, but don't really have any top first round guys. So for me, the draft is kind of boring. Couldn't smoke in Ziggy Marley. How do you not smoke anything with Marley?
I thought that was mandatory.
It's like name, right? It's the name is there.
The name says
Marley's
it all.
there. You
I thought the tickets came
have
with
to
it.
smoke.
I thought the tickets were made out of rocket
It's a
paper.
complimentary do, boy. Do a smoking. No. All right, I got it. You go. Just don't ever do that accent again, Bob.
So,
Yeah, that's actually pretty insane. I can't believe that of all.
was that Jamaican?
Yeah, I think I was trying to do an Irish person. No, I don't know. I don't
Jamaican
know.
Irish.
It was that's the "I love you, man" joke. Like slap in the bass. She's like, why do you sound like you're Irish? She's like, no, I'm doing a Jamaican accent. No, you're
You
doing
sound like
Irish.
the Slim Jim guy, dude.
The what?
The guy that snapped into the Slim Jim. That dude that was
Eat
running around.
me.
Eat me.
Oh, for the life of
Not
God.
Macho Man. Not Macho Man.
We've gone too long. We don't know what the hell's going on. We love you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for coming and hanging out with us. I don't know if we got anything across. I know I had a great time on 419 and 420. You guys went to a Heat game for a week and slept at a stadium. That's pretty badass.
I ate nachos.
Don't even ask what I did for a week. I'm
It's
glad.
like the lifetime supply of nacho cheese. Yeah, that'd be pretty sick, dude.
You can win a lifetime supply of nacho cheese right here on the Casually Serious podcast. Pay attention next week to learn how.
Free beer tomorrow.
Call the burner phone line, 786-566-1736. You heard it here, folks. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out. We love you so much. Have a good one.